The Lord be with you. Okay, let's reminisce a little bit here today. So what I'd like for you to do is to think back when you were in high school or college. How many times did you show up for class unprepared? That is, maybe you didn't complete a homework assignment that had to be turned in that day, or maybe you didn't do the readings in your textbook that you were supposed to have done for that day. And so you were not able to meaningfully contribute to the class discussion. Did that give you sort of a uneasy feeling? Maybe you sort of hid in the back of the classroom during the activity of the class, or maybe you sat behind someone and you kind of slinked down, so hopefully the teacher wouldn't see you and call upon you to answer some sort of question in the discussion for that particular day. We all have those kinds of moments in life because we're simply not perfect people. Some of those kinds of instances are just a part of normal life. On the other hand, we can sometimes be lazy, and maybe we're not as diligent and as intentional as we should be in keeping our commitments and doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now, as you know, Jesus had a rather unique way of teaching the lessons of faith. And so he told many short stories and anecdotes in the form of parables. And many of the parables included persons and situations that were in the cultural context of life in the first century of our faith history. And all of them, or at least most of them, typically involved persons who in some way were on the wrong side of understanding and correctly living as God's children of the covenant. In this week's Revised Common Lectionary, we find the parable of the 10 bridesmaids. And I invite you to read that parable carefully. And it's there in the 23rd chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Carefully think about the bridesmaids who were prepared for the arrival of the bridegroom, but also think about and consider those that were not prepared for his arrival. Try to take that situation and sort of apply it to today in situations where we are put into some context, put into some situation where we have to be prepared. And then think about, if you're wrong, think about which side of history that you want to be on. Our lectionary readings for this Sunday come from the 78th Psalm, verses 1 through 7, and from the 23rd chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, verses 1 through 13. May God's blessings be with you. Have a great day.